Hello, my name is Lewis McIntosh, and this is our sixth meeting for our radio show production. Uh, it is the 4th of January 2021, and as a reminder, my role in this project is I am the producer and guest presenter.
My name is Rebecca and I'm a presenter.
My name is Amari and I'm the other presenter as well.
Now, what we have done today is we have basically looked at trying to set up our audience profile of the target audience we want to listen to our radio show, specifically, like all the different terms that are used to describe our target audience and what's the meaning behind them. And we also managed to figure out a document that we want, and we managed to fill out a document for our primary audience and our secondary audience.
Our first one was demographic, and that's the age, gender, and marital status. And we decided the age range would be 16 to 21, and the gender would be mixed because we don't want to go for a specific gender, and the marital status is NA because we also don't want to target a specific relationship. And the socio-economic grade is social grade E because we'll be aiming at students and students doing education. And that was for the primary audience. And then for the secondary audience, for our demographic, we went for the age range of 25 to 35 and gender mixed, and the marital status of single people and married people. And the social economic grade is grade B, as we wanted to aim this one at teachers as well.
Oh, the cyto. So for a cytographic oh my God, category, we chose the Explorer, which is when we talk about like um, it's gonna be what we're gonna be talking about in our radio show. Like we're gonna be talking about the latest trends and the latest brands and stuff like that. So that's what it's gonna be. That's what we're gonna be really talking about, and that relates to the young people, young students, and what they want to listen to now in those days, and the distribution and the advertising method. We are going to be setting out posters around the college, and also we're going to be adding stuff. We're going to be adding information on social media for a secondary research. We're going to be adding we're going to be adding information about our radio show on the Bath website for the teachers to go see. So the adults can see what we can improve on our website and improve on our radio show and stuff like that. Yeah.
And we've on the document we've also on the primary audience we basically explained like why we want to appeal to this target audience in general. So like for teenagers, we feel like we can appeal to them because we're going to be talking about a lot of like we're going to be talking about like all the latest quite a few latest topics that are quite recent. So like basically music, football, and even movies that have come out like Soul. So that's going to be very relevant for students and teenagers between the ages of 16 to 21. So we feel like these are the topics that they will be interested in the most. So that's why we feel like that. And also we've had on our last section for our primary audience, it mentions like other audience information for like special interest groups that our target audience can be considered. For example, silent could it be for like silent generations between the people who were born of between 1928 to 1945, then baby boomers for like 19 born for like people born in 1946 to 1964, and then Generation X, which is people born in 1965 and 1980, and then Millennium, which is people born in 1981 to 1996, and then Post Millennium slash Next Gen X, which is like people born between 1997 to like the present, really. Obviously, we want to make sure, judging by since our maximum age range for our primary target audience is 21, we're going to be obviously doing like post millennium for our primary target audience, since it is like it is the most recent version, and yeah. And for our secondary target audience, we basically explained for like how we can appeal for like for our secondary target audience, because we're going to be including a lot of recent and serious topics that are going on in the world, like the coronavirus pandemic and how some people were coping through it and how they can help other people through it, which is something that that one of our which is something that adults are really interested in, like how people are coping through it. But also, like, we're talking about other stuff like a New Year's resolution, and like what people want to set out to do during this year, which is definitely something a nice topic that people like to hear about. And even some of the latest gossip that's going out. For instance, Jesse Nelson leaving Little Mix. So it will be nice for like people to like hear other people's opinions and of how they feel about this certain situation, which is definitely kind of useful. And then obviously, finally, the last thing I want to mention is the other information is the other information specialist interest groups for the secondary target audience is for millennium, which is for the people who were born in 1981 to 1960, which is just over which is exactly just sorry, which is just over our which is basically an average amount for our secondary target audience, since all the people between the ages of 25 to 35 were roughly born in that area. So it does match, like within that area. And Amari, I don't think you got a chance to mention like your areas for the top for our target secondary target audience. Do you want to mention that?
Oh yeah. For photo graphic. Yeah. So for Aspira, for photographic category for secondary research, we picked the Aspira and the Reformer. For Aspira, we picked that because it's for like the more older generation, like not older generation, but the older kids, which are like between 18 and 21. And we talk about the latest updates, the latest trends, and the new sports and stuff like that. And for Reformer, um, it's for like the people that are around 21 that want to get information about the coronavirus and the mental health and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it. And yeah, I think that's it for our meeting today. And then hopefully we'll be having another meeting either later on this week or sometime next week before we actually get started with our radio show project, which I am personally looking forward to. And yeah, that's all it for this production meeting today. And thank you very much for watching.